Keeping it together, Bree.
Yep.
You're safe among friends. Stinks as ever forget what kind of
The rest of this town.
My word, but you do look exhausted. I bet you could use a touch of magic. Have at it. Got yourself situated.
keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Yep.
There's a lot of call for the junk you sell, then.
Junk? Why, I offer nothing less than the wisdom of the ancients.
Vapid fiction, along with a large helping of Latin.
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Well met, friend. Interested in Driftwood's finest catch?
You look down at the cart and see fish with flaking scales, tumours and, in one case, 3 heads.
It's free to look. Just don't touch nothing unless you're going to make my purse jingle. Fair travels, friend.
How you holding up?
not in any mood to talk about it.
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. Safe among friends. Never forget it.
Hear ye! Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen
Smells worse
for
over here than a dozen
insubordination.
rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Good day to you.
I don't come visit your ton. Who will?
Wars are brewing, my friend, and I'll stand by your side. But prices will go up, even for one of our own. Buy now and buy often. Special prices for you, my friend. Gotta stick with your own in times of trouble, right? War is hell, my friend, but it's very good for business. Good luck to you.
Divine order to march against the ancient empire! Hear ye! Bishop Alexander was slain by singers!
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. We're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen for insubordination!
Joe's gone a bit long now.
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're nice, and I'm a good dog. Yes, I am. There's something not right, and that's wrong. It's under the house thing there, and it's bad. I can smell it. You be careful now. What's under there smells real bad. It smells evil.
You're the sorcerer of Fairy Lane.
Can't just charge in here and ransack my business!
There's a murder on the loose, and you're thinking about your business.
I have rights! You've no authority to storm in here like this!
We have the authority of 4 missing magisters. And if we suspect you're hiding their killer, we'll throw you to the damned Voidwoken.
You! Have you seen anyone leaving this place? Grey cloak, grey beard, a satchel of books under one arm? Hmm? You can't have missed him. Lucian's teeth. Where is that runt hiding? If you see anything suspicious, anything at all, report it immediately. Do you understand? He's a sorcerer dressed as a tinkerer. Our brothers started vanishing as soon as the tramp arrived in town. He fled into this stinking shed, but we'll find him again. We'll have our justice.
A flicker of pain appears on the Magister's face before he regains his composure.
I knew those Magisters for years. Trained with them. We've saved each other's lives more than once. They're family. Now, I've got a coward to catch. Excuse me.
Something's wrong. Something's wrong, and it's not right. I don't know, but there's something wrong, and it's underneath the floor. Be careful down there, missus. You're not smelling what I'm smelling.
Our shield has gone mad!
They're trying to kill me! Or worse, drag me off to Fort Joy. Please help me. I don't want to die. I don't want them to take me. I have no idea. I only arrived in town a few days ago. I sold a few items to Grandmaster Kem in Arx and stopped off here on my way to Skyseal. I was just sitting in the tavern, minding my own business, and the Magister started screaming at me. I ran and, well...
You hear a quiet sob from the fish.
Why is this happening? I didn't do anything.
There's a moment of silence from within the barrel. Some of the fish seem to shift uncomfortably.
I may have been studying some new scrolls I bought. They might have been, well, they called for sauce. But that doesn't mean I had anything to do with the disappearances. I'm a tinkerer. I fix things for a living. I would never hurt anyone. I don't know. It could be anyone in the tavern. None of them have any love for the Magisters. Please, all I know is it wasn't me. I just need to get out of Driftwood. I can't risk being seen. But if you can get out of town, please, I'll do anything. Just don't let them see me. Don't let them find me. Damn it, hurry up. I can feel the fish oozing everywhere. Don't let them find me.
stink of beer almost covers up the stink of fish.
With a small grin, the dwarf glances between you and his handiwork and shrugs.
Indeed I am. They can close our schools, but they can't take away what I've been taught. Besides, there's still so much to learn. Plenty. These tainted fish are causing a lot of hardship. If I can understand what's happening to them, perhaps there'll be a way to reverse the effects. Yes, as it happens. I need to see the effects of eating these fish firsthand, if you understand me. No, I can't eat the fish. I need to properly observe its effects, and I can't do that if I'm indisposed. Wonderful. Now, there's 3 samples that I wish to learn more about. Care to choose?
The fish instantly churns your insides. Your vision blurs to reveal towering horrors. The Voidwoken, gathered before a silhouetted figure. You strain to see who it is. Your perspective abruptly changes. Cold, dark water. You glide through it. Black tendrils suddenly creep across your vision. You slow. The darkness consumes you. The dwarf suddenly drifts back into view, peering at you with fascination.
How do you feel?
A stream of black bile suddenly erupts from your mouth and across the dwarf's boots. He doesn't even look displeased. The dwarf leans in and peers intently at your eyes.
Spontaneous delusions. Very interesting. But not speaking of which, I've learned a great deal from observing you. I owe you a great debt.
The dwarf puffs up his chest and proudly gestures to the fish.
The fish is indeed malignant. Elves are affected by it in the same manner as other species. Perhaps a touch more vivid in their hallucinations, but otherwise identical. Thank you, but no. I can only allow for 1 specimen per volunteer. The fish you ate is known as yellow ridgeback. Quite a cunning breed, often used in concoctions to increase alertness. But this one, touched by the void itself. Who is to say how such a creature might alter an alertness mixture? Seek out somewhere that peddles alertness herb mixes. Adding these unique ridgebacks might make quite the impact. So, now my work must continue as soon as I've got it.
With a small...
Indeed I am. Plenty. These tainted fish. Yes, as it happened. Wonderful. Now...
The fish instantly churns your insides. Everything turns black. A sudden vivid sensation of floating in darkness assails you. There's something in there with you. Something. Hungry and corrupt. You can't... The dwarf suddenly drifts back into view.
How do you feel?
A stream of black bile suddenly erupts.
Doesn't look like you didn't feel a thing. Which is interesting enough by itself. Speaking of which, I've learned a great deal from...
The dwarf puffs up his chest.
The fish is indeed malignant. Yes. The fish you ate is known as crimson bream. Quite a fast, vicious... Who is to say what must... Seek out somewhere that peddles ferocity herb. So, now...
The dwarf peers at an expertly dissected fish, gently poking its innards with his knife.
Fascinating. Oh, my... what do you want?
The dwarf shakes his head with irritation before turning back to the fish.
You're blocking my light. Go away.
The dwarf flushes red with indignation.
I was speaking to myself. I've never seen anything like these blighted fish before. I want to see what the Voidwoken have done to them. Yes, as it happens. I need to see the effects of eating these fish firsthand. This brown fish is the last sample that I wish to study for now. If you care to do the honors?
The fish instantly churns your insides. Everything turns black. A sudden vivid sensation of floating in darkness as the dwarf suddenly drifts back into...
How do you feel?
A stream of black bile suddenly erupts from your mouth and across the dwarf's boots.
I see. Well, I'm sure it was nothing but a side effect of the fish. Speaking of which, I've learned a great deal from observing you. I owe you a great debt.
The dwarf puffs up his chest.
The fish is indeed malignant. Humans are affected by it in the same manner as other species. Ah, yes, of course. The fish you ate is known as the umber monkfish. My thanks once again, stranger. With your help... Well, let me see. You tried the umber monkfish. Ah, yes. Find somewhere that peddles intelligence herb mixes, then add the monkfish that I gave you. Well, I'm afraid I'm a humble sort. I wouldn't want to get mixed up with the sort of place that peddles these herb mixtures. My findings are very promising, but speed isn't a virtue.
If any of you see so much as a rat's hair out of place, you tell the magisters. Then we can get them out, and you can get back to work.
You see a man, well-fed and wealthy, but stress has lined his face and narrowed his waist. He tries to ignore your presence, fails. He sighs.
See here. I'm very busy. The factory is crawling with magisters, and our shipments to Arx are held up. Time is money. Don't waste my money. What do you want? A murderer, or a sorcerer, or some other species of miscreant. Whichever it is, it has nothing to do with me, except that it's stopping me shipping my fish into Arx. Now, please. When you've been in business as long as I have, You learn that there's a market for everything. You just have to find it. Or...
A dark shadow passes across his face.
sometimes it finds you. That's privileged information. I have a trade to protect. An excellent point. Well made. The answer to your question is, unsurprisingly, a man in a house. A man in a house buys all the void-tainted fish I can send him.
That dark shadow crosses his face once more. He shivers.
Not that I've ever met the man. Not sure I want to, if I'm honest. Absolutely not. I don't give away sensitive information like that to anyone who just asks for it. And I don't keep it lying around, neither. That really is enough now. I'm asking you to leave. Good day. If any of you see so much as a rat's hair out of place, you tell the Magisters. Then we can get them out, and you can get back to work.
He glances up, recognizes you.
I'm busy. Goodbye.
Leave me alone, Chalice, you nasty woman. I'm going to send you to be cured, sorcerer. You can stay there with the dirty lizards and Joe's mum until you're cured.
Come on, don't you think?
May the seven usher us to paradise against all the odds.
The bard clears his throat and gargles on his own saliva. He then returns to his poem, but his voice cracks mid-verse.
Well, never you mind. Every sonnet I compose is a masterpiece, and my... Wait! You might be just the stimulus I needed. I shall craft a rhyme for you and your race. Fame, notoriety, Neither or both? The thing about magnificent. But if I am to write a first-rate work, you must face some...
He stares at you for a few torturing moments.
My first question. Are you hungry? Actually, that's not quite what I mean. But you eat flesh. When you look at me, what do you see?
He smiles a crooked smile.
An elf craves those memories like an addict craves Drudene. A pity that you turn to the dead for emotional sustenance. Would you not rather form bonds with the living? I suspect you collect memories not for knowledge, but from fear. Your homeland fell to the ravages of war and death fog. You worry of more loss, more loneliness. Tell me, elf, are you...
The bard hems and haws, then bellows his next words to anyone who might hear.
To all lovers of verse, I bring glorious news. I have completed another modern classic. An elf collects the wisdom of the ages.
For all I care. It's the greater good.
Learned from flesh and bone, both left behind.
You on the arse.
Fill up on tales lived by cultures past. A feast not for the belly, but the mind. A wealth of knowledge, not of shiny trinkets. They know the past, so future may be bright. But threatened by the void, they rise together. Chasing off the darkness with the light. An elf connects the wisdom of the ages.
I'll take your order if you're polite, elf.
Fill up on tales of cultures past. A feast not for the belly, but for the mind.
Then a smile creases his face, a smile carefully constructed to look friendly and authentic.
Greetings, stranger. Looking to ease the pain of a decaying world? You're in the right place. Beers are ordered at the bar.
He purses his lips. His fingers drum a pattern on his elbow as he assesses you. A lascivious smile spreads across his face. His tongue darts from his mouth to lick the spittle from his lips.
Let me ask you this. Across the world, who is renowned above all others for their exquisite love-making abilities? I'm being beaten at my own game here. But after yourself, lizards are the world's greatest lovers. And for a minuscule fee, I can direct you to the world's most talented lizard lover. The price, I'm afraid, is not negotiable. And believe me, this really is one exceptional kin lover.
The money vanishes into his apron.
Now, let me ask you this. What flavour of stew do you prefer? Do you like the strong and meaty? Upstairs, on the second floor. Her name is Zara. Pleasure is her business. Enjoy the experience of a lifetime.
He gives you a mischievous grin, then dips his head in salute and turns away.
An elf connects the wisdom of the ages. Learned from flesh and bone, both left behind.
See the cook stew, friend elf.
Blessings upon our Lucian, 7 times divine.
The soft lines of her face fold into a warm smile. She sets the glass on the counter and pours you a generous portion of an amber liquor.
I see your mother raised you very well indeed. Rare for an elf, but all the more impressive. You and my Niles might even get along. What brings you to Driftwood, darling? Yes, that's my boy. Did you know him? Finest physician in all of Reaper's Coast. Top of his class. My, but it's been too long since I've seen him. A fine physician indeed. That's my boy. Some say all a growing child needs is food and sunshine. I say abstinence and chastity will grow him finer than either one of those. Oh, but it's so good to meet a friend of Niles. Here, have a little something to eat. No one in our little town can appreciate work so fine as his, you know. All his instruments and books are stored away upstairs, all but forgotten. It's such a terrible waste. Well, if he ever comes back home for a visit, I'm sure he'd be happy to show you. Anyhow, what can I get you? We've only got amber ale, I'm afraid. Can't spare the potatoes for hard alcohol. If you'd like something that'll stick to your ribs, I'd flat. Coming right up, darling.
See the cook for stew, friend elf.
An elf collects the wisdom of the ages.
A prim woman in a starched apron.
Blessings upon our Lucian, 7 times divine.
Her eyes soften and
I see your mother raised you very well indeed. You and my Niles would get along. Nice to see an unfamiliar face. What brings you to Driftwood, darling?
I'll take your order if you're polite, elf. I'll take your order if you're polite, elf.
They've been a trial, that's for certain. But the Magisters are here. They'll protect us. You can rest your hat on that, sure as the sun to rise. My boy Niles will make sure of that. Anyhow, what can I get you?
I'll take your order if you're polite, elf.
Not for the belly.
Ah, finally. Your colleague over there is absolutely useless. I'll have a bowl of the house stew, if you please. Oh, pity. I've been trying to get a little something to eat all day. But the giggleheads who run this establishment don't seem to be willing to provide a fellow with his fair portion. After all I've been through, too.
He lowers his gaze, then looks up at you expectantly. His lip trembles dramatically.
It's my mentor. My dear mentor. He was killed by those void beasts. I told him we ought not to travel in the hills, but would he listen? No. Now here I sit, my closest companion gone, our precious cargo worth more than Lucian's right ring, lost to the beast-infested wilds, and the waiter won't even bring me any stew. Oh, then perhaps my luck has changed. Yes, perhaps this awful business might soon be behind me. Tell me, how are you with, well, Voidwoken? Ah, terrific news. Then what I ask will be little more than a trifling. My mentor, Liam, and I were hauling in a goodly number of fine wares from the Southlands when we crossed paths with a great brute of a Voidwoken. It made short work of Liam, may the gods rest his soul. I managed to escape, but my precious cargo was left behind. We'd invested our entire livelihood in those wares. I'll do anything to get them back. Of course. We'll, discuss the specifics once you've returned. Now, give me your map. I'll show you just where to look. I doubt those beasts out there have any use of such a cargo. I can't tell you how thoroughly you've made my day. Good luck.
She taps her fingernail on the glass of amber ale she offered you before. It's...
Come on, have a drink.
Her eyes go wide with panic.
The fog came over them all of them, and they never came out. Everyone I know is dead. Excuse me.
See the cook for stew, friend elf.
An elf sways on her chair, her eyes focused. She slides one of the drinks towards you.
And the hatch. Nothing like a glass of the good stuff to smudge everything into a pretty shape.
She slides another glass of ale toward you. Its contents sparkle in the dim bar light.
Bottoms up. Ah, it's a sad story about a lover who left me out cold. Name's mind your business. Cheers to you, me, and
Her gaze swivels around the room.
Damien's dull knife. This place is horrible. Never mind. Cheers to you, me, and me again. Another. What do you mean? These are changing times or whatever.
She raises a glass and glances at yours on the bar.
The changing times. Ah, down the old ouch. Oh, reckon that was. Reckon a one too many.
See the cook for stew, friend elf.
Connects the wisdom of the ages. Isn't it great and good? Learn from flesh and bone.
I'll take your order if you're polite, elf.
Not for the belly, but mind.
See the cook for stew, friend elf.
Nah.
They know the past.
I'll take your order if you're polite, elf.
None of your beeswax, unless you got a reason to be here. Cute. Sounds something like my 15-year-old daughter would try. No go. But I'll certainly remember your face now.
He grabs your hand eagerly and laughs as you execute the finicky ending maneuver with much panache.
You're the right sort for downstairs and no mistake. On you go, on in.
See the cook for stew, friend elf.
Damn right. You got a right to live, don't you? Throw 'em in a hole for. Isn't it great and good?
I'll take your order if you're polite, elf.
Hey, back away from the stairs or you'll find out exactly why they come. Hold it. Papa no, you no go.
He grins, unpleasantly.
Loha didn't tell me to let anyone of your description in, so why should I? You can't buy my friendship, but You can buy 10 seconds of me eyeballs examining the ground for, oh, let's say, a small fortune. You look like you'd be good for it.
He pockets the coin and gazes dramatically at the ground mere inches.
I've spotted something.
Governor. Take a load off and enjoy Effie's plunder down under. Take all the time you need. Pleasure doing business with you, Governor. Aye, so it is. But not just any Druidnay. Oh no. My own special blends. Further down's the arena, see? And the gladiators are always on the lookout for an edge. I give them that edge. You could say that my darling herbs flower in the flesh. So, if you're interested, Governor, all you have to do is use your imagination. How can I make you? I don't think I follow you there. What are you after, exactly? Any means, yes. That's what I was afraid of. All sounds mighty reprehensible to me, Governor. Why on earth would I do such a thing? You can say what you will, Governor, but you ain't convincing me. It's one thing to give these fellas a boost.
Smoke billows from this strange contraption.
What do you want? Boss is busy. Good. Boss could use some good news. Listen up. Don't waste his time. These are explosive times. Be respectful.
Marla's one of us.
I brought you up from girl to woman, Marla. Like you was my own. This...
He lifts his right arm, showing a white bandage beneath his ribs. A wet red spot shows through.
This ain't the thanks I expected. Who sent you?
The formidable dwarf slams his fist on the side table. You hear a loud crack.
Enough! Do you know they killed Anhar? Do ya? Start talking sense or I'll take that tongue right out of your mouth and fry it for supper. Barnt, Cade, get her to talk or bleed her out. She ain't one of mine anymore.
His sneer travels from the restrained dwarf to you.
And you. You better have a damn good reason for coming here.
Come, sis. What do you think?
I hope for your sake you've got good news for me. You came into my house, bub, not the other way around.
He winces loudly and holds a hand to the bandage on his side. The large red spot in its center has grown larger and wetter.
The best of the best. Taught her myself. Under the third ribbon out again, just like that. Lucky for me, she caught an old wound. Scar slowed down the knife. So, How'd you make it out of Fort Joy? I've got to say I'm impressed. I love a good story. Here's one I heard lately. A group of strangers landed on the beaches outside town. Meister Seaver's people. You one of her little seekers? Chasing down Godwoken and begging them to save us all? Alder's been telling us all kinds of this and that about Godwoken. Haven't seen any evidence of them myself. So no, I'm not convinced. We're swirling the drain. If someone doesn't plug it, we'll slip down easy as you please. So, what do you want? Reckon I do. Knowing Seaver, she sent you looking for sorcerers, I bet. And it just so happens I can help you. Depending on what you can do for me.
He gestures towards the bandage across his side.
Had a bit of family trouble lately. My girl Marla got it in her head to come after me with a short blade. That ain't like Marla. Ain't like her to pull the silent treatment either. Something's going on. And wouldn't you know it, that blade she used wasn't any normal bit of steel. Belonged to another of my people. Guy's name is Mordus. Bit of a loner, but smart as hell. I sent a few guys to go check on him, see if he knew what had got into Marla, but no one can find him. I'd like a word with the guy. Glad you see it that way. No one's seen him in a good few. I've got some people checking out his house near the tavern now, though. Tell them I sent you, and they'll let you know what they've found. Truth is, they might be glad to see you. Reckon a sorcerer will have better luck finding one of them. Well, like I said, Mordus is a special guy. A sorcerer, matter of fact. Maybe even one of the ones Seaver's after. If there's something you want to find out from him, you might want to ask before I have my word with him. Here, you can take this off my hands. More suited to your kind, really. Good luck.
Tell the truth now. Who was it that sent you?
The battered dwarf pulls her lips back into a garish, open-mouthed grin, flashing blood-stained teeth.
Watch 'em fight. Watch 'em. See that? Right in the kisser. Doesn't.
Good to meet you, Governor. What's your poison, then? A sip or a smoke? Take all the time you pleasure doing business with you, Governor.